Hi, welcome to George Mystery Library. Today I'd like to talk about different types of editions you can get of the same book. Now, my favorite mystery writer is Michael Connelly. And so I have taken great pains to collect his works. And as a matter of illustration, I'm going to use his book, The Lincoln Lawyer. Now, the first acquaintance I had with this book was the advance reading copy that the publisher sent me. So this is not the final copy. It's, it even says in the front, it says, "This proof was made from the author's manuscript, set and bound for your reviewing convenience. Please check with the publisher or refer to the finished book whenever you are excerpting or quoting in a review." And this isn't intended to be sold. It's just to get advance word out about this book that will be published. And it is intended to create a buzz. And that's why publishers still publish advanced reading copies. In collecting circles, these are referred to as ARCs. A-R-C is advanced reading copy. So if you hear somebody say an ARC, that's what they're referring to. Now, I've never collected ARCs. There are some people that do because they consider this the first state of the book. This came out before the date of publication. But in Michael Connelly's case, I've made an exception, and I have a complete set of his ARCs. And since I haven't seen him for a couple of years, I think all of them are signed except for maybe the last 2 or 3. Now, here is the first American edition of The Lincoln Lawyer. You see it has the same cover art as was on the ARC. To be a first edition, you need to look inside. On the title page, you see that it's signed by Michael. And on the back of the title page, you see this page that has publisher information. It's always important to look down here at the number line. If it has a 1, that means this is the first printing of the first edition. Now, first edition and first printing are all interchangeable in many people's minds. When you talk about collecting first editions, you're really talking about collecting the first printing of the first edition. And of course, in the case of Michael Connelly, so many of the first edition are printed that this is not necessarily a valuable book other than to a collector who wants a complete set of his books. His early books are quite valuable in terms of money, and I'll treat that in another segment of videos. So then the next edition you might want to collect is the British first editions. They always have different cover art. Some of the British editions of his first editions were printed with very small print runs and can be very, very valuable. And once again, when we talk about British versus US editions later on, I'll bring up that subject with Michael Connelly. And then you may even spend some bucks to buy a limited edition of this book. Now, for just, I think, 5 books. There was a gentleman who produced, it was called Stephen C. Vaskich Publications, Los Angeles. He produced limited editions of Michael Connelly's. There was 4 or 5 books. I've got them over there on the table. Maybe in a future video, I'll show them. This is one of the nicest produced books that I own. I treasure this book. It is just beautiful. Now you can see on the style, it's a leather-bound book, and because it's about an attorney, Mickey Haller, it's in the style of court reports that you often see in the background in lawyers' offices. There were reports of appellate cases that they would have to refer to from time to time in doing their legal research. So beautiful, beautifully produced book. I love this. It comes in a slipcase like this to protect it. So that shows you some of the different editions. All of them have value, but a lot of people like to collect an author in the editions of the country that the author either lives in or is from. So most collections involving Michael Connelly are of his American editions. And of course, this is one of my all-time favorite books as well. And I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.